Hi there, this is Rio Kira again, and this is the part 2 of the series we started yesterday about how to find products using Launch. So I'm going to be sharing my screen again with you guys and show you how I do it. I've taught Amazon for many years, and this is the process I use to teach my students how to find products that are profitable using Launch as a tool. Stay tuned. All right, so for those that didn't watch the series yesterday, we talked about how to sign up for a free trial on Launch. So you can get a 14-day free trial using Launch. Just go on the website, click on new account, and it's going to give you options to get a free trial for 14 days. So once you log in, yesterday we talked about how to find products or to validate products that you look around and see in your everyday life. You go to a store, you find a product, and then you analyze that. I showed that on yesterday's video. If you didn't get that, go back on my channel and you see that video from yesterday. So today we're going to talk about how you're going to find products from scratch. A lot of students have that problem. They want to sell something on Amazon. They're not sure what to sell. They stress about it. They worry about it. But there's a tool here on Launch that will show you how to find products from scratch. And I'm going to show you exactly how that's done right now. So once you log into your Launch account, I'm going to go over here where it says Market Intelligence. Click on that. Actually, not Market Intelligence. Where it says Product Discovery. Click on that. And then go to Search. So when you see that page, it's going to show you a lot of filters. Make sure you're on the Keywords tab because sometimes it automatically selects products for you. You don't want to be in the products section. You want to make sure you're in the Keywords section. So what we're looking for is a keyword search. So what is a keyword? A lot of people get confused about that. What a keyword is what people use to find products on Amazon. So I like using the example of a pencil, right? So I'm selling a pencil and I'm trying to make myself visible. I'm trying to make people, search for my product and find my product. So I can use the keyword pencil to advertise my product, or I can use the word eraser or office supplies or stationery, right? Those are keywords that people use to identify your products. So those are the keywords we're searching for, which are the highly sought keywords for products. That's why we're looking at the keywords tab. So over here, you're going to see a lot of categories over here. I'm going to take my screen down a little bit so you can see more. So here is broken down into multiple categories. Here, if you're getting on Amazon as a new seller, which a lot of my students are that I mentor, I tell them initially, try to stay away from some particular categories. Not like you cannot sell those. It's just a lot more competitive. There are just a lot of more potential problems. And when you're starting Amazon as a new seller, you want to see less problems as possible. You're trying to go in with least resistance. So the categories that have the least resistance are what I'm going to show you right now. So the first one that I tell my students to select is the home and kitchen, patio, lawn and garden, tools and home improvement. Right here, everything else, that's a new category that Launch just came up with a couple months ago. And it's talking about every single category that's outside of this regular ones. Also going to select health and household, industrial scientific, kitchen and dining, office products, pet supply, and sports and outdoors. Like I said, all the other categories, not like there's a problem with them, it's just a lot more work. So once you've launched your first product, you work your second in one of these categories that I told you, your third, fourth, fifth, and going forward, you can sell supplements, you can sell whatever you want. But I tell people, please do not go into these categories right now. It's just a lot more competitive. There are a lot more potential problems. So after you selected your categories, the next thing you're going to do is to go on the right side of the screen. On this side, there are some things you do not fill out. I'm going to tell you why, and some things you do fill out. I'm going to tell you why as well. When I give instructions or I give teachings or I tell people how to navigate through websites, I tell them reasons why we're doing something and the reasons why we're not. I'm just going to tell you, just click here, click there. No, I always give a reason. So here, the first thing you see is the average monthly sales. You don't want to put anything on that section. People have multiple ways of navigating through Launch, but this is a process that I developed that works and has worked multiple times. You don't want to put anything where it says average monthly sales, because what's asking you here is how many units you want to sell, how many products you want to sell. To me, it's too limited. I don't like putting a number there because it just limits me to that particular number. So if, for example, I say I want to sell 20 products in the minimum and 80 on the maximum, what if a product that sells 81 is going to get me a lot of sales, and because I put a cap on it, I'm not going to see that product. So I leave that blank. The next one over here says the average monthly revenue. So the average monthly revenue is saying how much you want to make on this product per month. When it's your first product, we try not to be too greedy. We try not to be too, just be too much. You can put in 5,000 as a minimum, again, because you're a starter. You're starting out a business. So when you launch your first product, you're not going to be an expert. You might not be an expert until your third product. It takes a while to build this business. It takes a while to understand data and analyze properly. So you want to go into a product that has low resistance and you don't have too much investments put in. So 5,000 as a minimum is great. The maximum, you can keep it open. If you want to make more than 5,000, that's great, but at least you want to make at least $5,000. So minimum 5,000, maximum, leave that open. Average price, very important. So here is saying how much do you want to potentially sell your product. You don't want to sell a product that's too expensive, neither do you want to sell a product that's too cheap. The sweet spot is between $20 to $60. Anything lower than $20, you're going to see zero to little profit. And anything higher than $60, you're going to go outside the window of people that buy things on impulse. So now we're trying to capture the impulse buyer market. The people that buy stuff without really thinking too hard. They don't have to ask family, ask their husband, ask friends. They just buy it. Anything above $60, people think a little hard about it, and you don't want to be in that window. You want people to buy things, if possible, have like a subscription on your product, and it's like they spend $30 every month. They don't realize spending $30 a month, and that's money in your pocket. So I put a minimum over here of $20, and I put a maximum of $60. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is the average review count. So review count, like I said in the video of yesterday, is tied to competition. You're trying to go to a market that is not overtly competitive because you're just going to have a lot more battles to fight. Amazon is a playing field of battles. I'm not trying to scare you, but just a reality. So you're trying to make sure that you're not going in with everything not on your side, because if you go into a market that has a lot of reviews, it means that people have gained dominance in that market. They've been in the market for a very long time, and you trying to penetrate that market will be close to impossible. So you make sure your review counts are on the lower side. So you're going to put a maximum of 600. I used to say 400 in the past, but I decided to go up a little bit, because if you find a product and you put a cap on here of 600, it means that they're going to show you products that have 600 reviews or less. And that's where you want to be. Any seller that has 600 reviews or less on Amazon, you can potentially compete with that person. But if you went to a market that on average, the reviews are like 20, 30,000, it's going to take you at least 10 years to get there. Being realistic now. So we put 600 as a cap. Here where it says keyword contains and keyword does not contain, I personally leave that blank. Some people put stuff in there, I don't. And the reason why I don't is that I don't like having to search or analyzing ideas and I get limited. If you put keywords in there, it's saying that what keyword do you do not want to see? That's what the keyword does not contain. And what keywords do you want to see? I don't care what the product is. Just show me a product. If I have to sell toilet paper, I have to sell a ceramic bowl, I don't care. Just show me the products. So that's why I leave my keyword contains and not contains blank. The next one over here is saying sales review. It's saying how many reviews do you want to see in this category per sale. So if, for example, you have a product and for every 5 sales you get 1 review, that's what the sales review means. So I make 5 sales, I get a review back. So that's going to be a 5-by-1 ratio. Is that important to me? No, I don't care. I just need to see products that have great demand, low competition, least resistance, so I can go and make my money, create a brand, create a story, and be successful. So for me, that's not relevant, so I keep that blank. The last thing on this page that is relevant and you should fill out is the estimated search volume, and that is tied to demand. Like I said, review portion is tied to competition, and the search volume is tied to demand. So it's saying how much demand you want to see on this product. Any product that has at least 10,000 searches on it means that 10,000 people are looking for that product, has a great demand, and that's what you want. You want a product that has a lot of demand. So put 10,000 over here as a minimum, and then for the maximum, I'm going to leave it open. So here, you're going to almost have a guarantee that whatever product you're selling has a great, people are looking for it pretty much. So after you do that, if you scroll towards the bottom, you're going to see that there's an advanced filter at the bottom. I do not put in advanced filters because, like I said, I hate being limited. I hate being put in a box. So I leave that open so I can see more options. So after you do that, you're going to click on show keywords, and then it's going to generate you a whole bunch of keywords. And those keywords are what we're going to analyze in our video tomorrow. I don't want to make this video too long, so we're going to stop here, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we just reviewed how to find organic ideas on Viral Launch using the Viral Launch tool. We're going to talk about how to analyze those ideas that we found on tomorrow's session. If you want to find more tips of how to find products on Amazon, sign up to my YouTube channel, click on the subscribe button, like my videos, follow for more ideas. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I drop a lot of content on there as well. So tomorrow we're going to explore how to go deeper into Amazon and using Viral Launch to find products. Stay tuned and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.